This is a revolution.
All Elite
Wrestling squeeze is settled.
I want a match that is
Wonderful.
Bubbly.
A paradigm shift.
You wanna kick my friend in his dick?
12,000 tickets sold in just 4 minutes.
The All Elite best tag team division in the world.
Not the Dippin' Dots! The damn Dippin' Dots didn't do anything to anybody!
All right, and joining me on this is a special episode of AEH. We've got a full fucking lineup. We've got all the cast of characters on the line. We've got Kyle, we've got MJ, and we've got Bryan, aka the Cat. I'll go to you, Kyle, first. What's going on, bud? How you doing?
Hello, I'm doing great. I'm just about to go to work because I'm an essential employee.
You know, dude. Thank you. Honestly, thank you for going into work. And no, seriously, like it's a fucking crazy time right now, obviously, that we're going through. And I do want to say thank you for going in. And I mean, if it weren't for people like you, everyone would be fucked, right? I mean, like seriously,
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
And then we've got MJ from the great state of Ohio. I think he's down. Are you down by a river now? Where are you right now?
I'm northeast.
Northeast?
I'm probably about 100 miles from the border of Canada.
Oh, really? That's not that far. Okay.
No, not that much.
All right. Yeah, you doing all right over there, man? How you holding up with
all this shit that's I'm in a state that's in the forefront of it, so they're making tests more than anyone else and everything. So it's still happening around though. No,
yeah.
Nothing's different. So
all right. And we've got the Cat, aka Bryan. How you doing, bud? What's going on?
What's going on, man?
I'm doing good. Good? You're doing good? Good.
Still hanging out.
We've got a full lineup today, and to be completely honest with you, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it seems like there's so much to talk about, but also not all that much to talk about. There's a lot going on in the wrestling world. I mean, obviously, we just had WrestleMania that happened over this past weekend, but we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about AEW. We're going to focus on everything that's going on with them and how they're trying to circumvent all the stuff that's going on right now and how they're still trying to put on a show for us. We've seen it with WWE trying to do their thing, and now AEW is doing their own version of it also. But I guess one of the things that we could talk about first, I guess we could talk about BTE since they just aired this a couple days ago, and they're fucking putting on full-on matches on BTE. I'll go to you, Kyle, first. So do you think this is going to be a trend? Are they going to be filming matches, and are they going to be airing it on BTE for the time being, do you think?
I'm not too sure. I was thinking maybe they were just doing this as a test because apparently at the last Dynamite, from what I heard, they taped like up to 12 weeks of shows, and I'm thinking maybe that if that's not enough, maybe they're using this as a test to see if they can possibly do Dynamite shows there at I'm assuming that's at Matt Jackson's house.
Yeah, that was that looked like that was at Matt's from what we've seen in the past when they go to BTE and stuff. So yeah, that was yeah, I mean, I don't know. I have no problem with it if that's how they're going to get around airing matches.
Yeah.
I mean, it like I wonder, is there any way like we've been hearing all these rumors about people going like I guess cops shutting down productions and stuff. Is that something that like I don't know. I guess that's a way that you can get around it, where if they just set up a ring in their backyard, then who the fuck can tell them that they can't put that up there? I don't know. I guess we'll see.
I believe as long as they like keep it to like a minimum of so many people at a certain time in the area, it should be fine.
Right. Now, yeah, go on.
I loved though during the Bucks match when they were walking out, when you heard the announcer say that this is your main event of the tennis court.
Yeah, they did such a good job of just making it like they did it kind of tongue in cheek where they, they kind of knew that it was a little ridiculous, but also I like that they actually also treated it like it was like a real Dynamite show. I thought that was fucking fantastic. Now, Bryan, I want to ask you, are you okay with them filming all of their shows, just kind of jamming them in like one night and then spacing it out? Or would you rather, because I know there's a lot of people that are saying like, oh, well, why is there even wrestling right now in a time like this? Are you one of the ones that, do you think that they should be continuing on with their shows in a time like this?
I mean, if they were able to record a bunch, why not? You can continue to air those. At a certain point, if we do have to shut down and they don't allow them to record some more, there's probably going to come a point where there's some reruns, or you're just left without, wrestling, or at least new wrestling for a little bit. They've really got to get a grip on this thing, just shutting everything down, in my personal opinion. You're not really going to flatten the curve, so to speak, until you do. But I'm fine with them airing episodes that they've gone ahead and filmed in advance. I mean, there's no real major reason to think that there would be any leaks coming out. And even if there are, I mean, that's on you if you read into any of those. You can be a completely blind fan, stay off the internet kind of thing. Or you don't even come across the leaks from the dirt sheets and anything like that, finding out what the match results are supposed to be. People have done it for a while here with dark matches having been filmed at the previous showings and used 6 days later.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I keep going back and forth personally as to whether or not they should be, putting on shows still, because I know from the rumors that I've been hearing, it sounds like there's a lot of wrestlers that are, and talent alike too, that are not really too excited to be having to go through with this. Apparently,
though, like from what I heard, though, Tony isn't forcing anybody to do it. It's only if they want to. It's apparently like they've come out and said that anybody who doesn't want to be there doesn't have to be there, and it won't affect them in any way.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, that's awesome. And I hope all the other companies are also following suit with that. But I don't know, MJ, I want to ask you, how did you did you actually enjoy these empty arena shows? Like, which do you, I don't want to say, I know you didn't prefer empty arena shows for AEW, but how do you think that they're pulling it off?
As in what? Pulling it off as in how?
Like, do you think, are you a fan of how they're doing it? Or do you think that it's just like, why are they even bothering?
Well, it's the only other way to do it.
Well, or they could either do it this way or not do it at all.
Are they smart? Maybe not. I'll be honest with you. Maybe they're not smart for doing it, but at least they're not running live shows, Right.
And I mean, I don't know. Again, like I already said, like I keep going back and forth on it, but I feel like at least it's just giving us something else to talk about, and it's occupying our brain outside of all the fucking terrible stuff that's going on with COVID and everything.
I'm hearing that taped wrestling is better than live wrestling. That's what I'm hearing. That people liked it taped because it has less leaks. You can go over endings much more, and people won't know what the ending is.
Well, I think they're. So I don't know. I mean, since AEW is so new, like as far as leaks go, I mean, have you guys really? I mean, Kyle, have you really heard anything as far as like huge leaks go? As far as like, it's not to say with like people debuting and stuff. Obviously, we hear rumors if people are going to be showing up in AEW. I mean more about like, I feel like it's just easy for them to hide the results right now just because the crews are so small. But in the regular, in the regular world, like when things are normal, I feel like you're not going to be able to do taped results like this because the leaks are going to happen with the amount of people that are going to be on, I don't want to say on set, but around when they're taping.
No, I haven't heard of any leaks whatsoever. The only maybe slightly, it's not even really a leak. I mean, it already got announced anyway, was like 2 weeks ago, I heard that they filmed Mox and Hager. For the championship.
Really?
Yeah, and like that, I didn't hear the result or anything, but
right.
That was it. But like other than that, I haven't heard anything. And apparently, they have shows filmed through May right now.
Dang, through May.
Mox must not want to be there that much. He keeps on doing vignettes and she's there once. She doesn't even do a full match. So I think he's like doesn't want to go there that much.
That's a good point. Yeah, I mean, ever since this has happened, he definitely wasn't. No, because I mean, he wasn't at any of the tapings. He just had those promos and stuff. So I wonder if it's because of he had the health stuff with his what was it, with his elbow? Didn't he have MRSA like a few months ago? So I wonder if
I think it was just staph. I don't think it went to
okay.
MRSA, but
okay.
Yeah, I think it was just staph.
But I wonder if he's like, I don't know, maybe nervous about being around all that stuff. If I don't know if that really means he has a compromised immune system, but who knows? I don't know. But that's a good point to bring up because we haven't seen him at all. So. And also, this is another thing too that it's been coming up a lot. The secret place that they're recording. It's not really all that secret, but that's at the Nightmare Factory, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Nightmare Factory.
Okay.
It's I had my suspicions that it was Nightmare Factory, but it pretty much got confirmed when Anna Jay posted a picture on Instagram after she was on there, and she put hashtag Nightmare Factory.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I know she's trained by that's the school that she went to, so it could be.
No, she goes to QT's school.
Well, I think Nightmare Factory was QT's school, I believe.
No, QT school is different. Nightmare Factory is a school owned by Cody.
I thought they merged though.
Not that I've heard of.
Because I know didn't QT have? I think it was called Power Factory or One Fall Power or something like that.
Yeah, it's pretty much that's QT's school.
Okay.
But Cody has one called Nightmare Factory. He opened up.
Okay, so I was under the impression that they merged, but all right, well, good to know.
I'll have to check into that and see if they merged or not. I haven't heard anything about it though. I just know that there's two separate gyms.
Yeah. I guess one of the things actually, because our schedule's been a little bit fucked up, obviously, with everything that's going on, but it should be spoken about. I'll go to you, MJ, first. Let's talk about Jericho and Vanguard 1, the whole promo with releasing the hounds and all that. I think that's at this juncture, that seems to be Jericho's his big claim to fame as of recently. I mean, he's had bubbly catchphrases galore. So
I mean, even before he got there, that's what it was. Even when he started in WWF, that's what he was.
Just what, a catchphrase machine?
Catchphrases, a bunch of other stuff. What are the other segues? He did a lot of segues.
Yeah, I mean, he's got Shut Your Ass, Bubbly, Release the Hound, and then even WWE, Ayatollah Rock and Rolla, I mean, you can just keep going on and on and on as far as nicknames and just all the shit that he comes up with. It is kind of crazy though how often he comes up with these things that just leave a mark on the audience. But so actually, I'll go around and ask all you guys because I know it's kind of been some people have been on the fence about it. I'll go to you, Brian. Did you enjoy this promo with Jericho and Vanguard 1?
Release the hounds, man. Totally enjoyed it. It was great. I freaking love Jericho. He's a merchandise king. He's a catchphrase king. There's nothing not to enjoy about it.
But what about I know a bunch of people they're saying oh, come on, it's so fucking stupid. How is he supposed to be fighting with a drone? This is ridiculous. I'm like, come on, man. You fucking
You'd figure they'd enjoy it and maybe make boomer jokes about it, like this old man having fight with technology.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. The amount of people who didn't understand that Release the Hounds reference, there was a lot of people who thought that was a dig at the Shield.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I was like, it's fucking Mr. Burns.
Right. Oh my God. People, yeah, I know. Everyone's always like, oh, they're taking a shot at WWE again. No, man, it's just a Simpsons reference. Chill out. How about you, MJ? Did you enjoy the promo with Jericho and Vanguard 1, or did you think it's silly?
It's just Jericho being Jericho. People are reading too much into it just because it's a better product.
Ooh, better product. I like how you slipped that in there.
Ooh.
Shade thrown.
Dude, before this one came out, after the last interaction with Vanguard 1, Jericho posted a video on his Instagram cutting a promo on his Roomba.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Did he really?
Yes, it was hilarious.
Holy shit, I need to go find that. That's great. Oh, he should. That's what exactly what he should be doing. Instead of just going around with like different technological devices and just like cutting promos on them. Fucking
yeah.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
It's really cool that AEW using Vanguard 1.
It is. I mean, it's something that was created. I mean, they did not create it at all. And remind me if did WWE use Vanguard 1 at all?
The only time Vanguard 1 was used was during the final Ultimate Deletion match, and that was that was just at the start to like to introduce it. But like that was it. They never had nothing with Vanguard 1.
All right, so that's why Vanguard was able to show up on AEW, and he didn't have or she didn't have a 90-day no compete, I guess. So that makes sense.
I feel like Vanguard 1 had the same contract as Matt, though.
Probably, yeah.
But I feel like when they talk about it, it references the person that controls it. You know what I mean?
Definitely, yeah. It's like Jericho speaking.
I feel like there has to be a secret person that has always operated Vanguard 1 that everyone knows. I've always wondered that.
It's probably Reby.
That's what I'm saying. So? That's why it's the she, you know?
Yeah.
That's why I always thought.
I'm expecting Reby to be on AEW at some point.
Oh, and Maxwell. He's definitely be on there.
What about Dilapidated Boat? I hope Dilapidated Boat gets on there somehow.
I don't think he's going to fit everything on there.
They also had to bring in Senor Benjamin.
Yeah. Oh, man. But I don't know. I mean, it's a really weird time in wrestling right now. They're still delivering. And one of the other things, too, is that they're still rolling out new wrestlers, new stars. I mean, Lance Archer, he had his first match in AEW against Marco Stunt and absolutely obliterated him.
That was
and I mean, as much as they are slowing down, it seems like they're still putting in the places that like they're still putting out the stuff that they had planned somewhat, like Archer debuting. Fucking now we still have like they didn't stop the debuting team of Dustin and QT, even though they were still on the roster before that. They're a new team, so they're still rolling out new identities, new roster partnerships.
They didn't stop Brody Lee's debut, having debut matches and stuff.
Right? Yeah, Brody Lee. That's right.
He actually just got announced to have a match. Tomorrow, as well.
Did they announce his opponent?
No. I figure it's just going to be a squash match. It's the same as Archer.
Or maybe he'll just keep rolling through the members of the Dark Order. Like I think he had members 8 and 9 last time, so this time it'll be like 6 and 7, and then he'll just keep going down the ranks until he gets to Silver and Reynolds. But
yeah, I like his mob boss gimmick that he has going on.
Well, it's really isn't it just Vince McMahon? Like he's just taking shots at Vince.
Only certain parts. There's only like certain things that are like, you know, what people say have there are certain parts that people have said from stories of Vince that he's taking shots at, but like other than that, they're like everything else seems to be like he's like some kind of mob boss.
Yeah, right. Like I like how it kind of ever since Brody Lee debuted, it's kind of transitioned from like a weird cult like thing to now it almost has this like comedic edge to it with all the vignettes that they've been doing. So it's definitely interesting.
It feels like what Tony said Dark Order was. It feels like an organization now.
Right. Now, MJ, I want to ask you. It was just announced, and I know we're kind of bouncing around all over, but we've got a lot to cover since we missed a week or two with COVID running rampant. But how do you feel about? Are you? Let me start this over. Are you? I'm getting tongue-tied. They just announced that they signed Anna Jay. Are you familiar with any of her work outside of what she's done in AEW so far?
I am not.
And what about you, Pat? Is anyone familiar? Because I'm with you. I had no idea who she was. And then she debuted, and now all of a sudden she's signed.
I am not either.
Okay.
I know.
All right, so-
I know nothing about her.
Wow.
I know she looked good against Sheeta.
She looked very good against Sheeta.
And
Well, I'll tell you one thing too is
away
that
from one, but
when they're debuting all these people, they're really going to get a big pop when they get crowds back. Because they're all seeing these people. Everyone says they like her. Everyone says they like that. What's that guy's name? The guy with the knee brace. What was his name? Vance something? Something
now-
like that.
What, from last week?
I'm pretty sure it was last week.
Yes. He wrestled on Dark, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit. I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name though.
He faced Sammy, didn't he?
Oh man, I forget. Anyone else remember his name?
See, from what I'm finding in this article about Anna Jay, she's been wrestling for a short time, primarily working Georgia Premier Wrestling, and she was trained by QT Marshall, whose wrestling school was used as the location for the most recent set of Dynamite tapings. So, there we go.
so is not Mare Factory
Preston Vance. Preston Vance is his name.
Huh.
Preston Vance. Okay, that's
Preston
what it was.
Vance. He faced Darby. That's who he faced.
That's what it was. Okay.
And everyone was impressed. So I just think it's cool that everyone's liking these. So when they actually do get the crowd time, they're actually getting pops.
Yeah.
That's a really good point, because right now, yeah, I mean, there's no expectations. Like, it's not like they can get if there is no reactions when they come out. So all they have is just the television audience. They have us watching. So yeah,
and then they still react, and they still react like there is a crowd. Everyone does.
Right. So then by the time when crowds are able to go back in, everyone's going to be already aware of who these new people are. So that's a really good point. This is something that we've never really had to go through as in the wrestling world.
The only time I can think that this happened was Smoky Mountain, because they had like WWF people come in, and I think they had some New Japan people come in when it was just starting. But yeah, it's just like that. They're just showcasing people, just like with Jeff Cobb. They showcased him. Didn't do it for their benefit, just for one show he came out, and then the other show he wrestled, and we haven't seen him again. So they're just showcasing people.
They definitely are, and I mean, I don't think they've announced that they've signed Preston Vance yet, but no, right? But so far, yeah, I mean, they signed Anna Jay. She's going to be added to the women's division.
Speaking of Smoky Mountain, I hope that they sign Abaddon.
Yes. What is there any? Because I mean, she's out of all the people that I had I did not know who she was when she wrestled on Dark, and I mean, everybody, after that episode came out, people were just taught, they're like, sign Abaddon, and I'm surprised that they haven't yet.
I know, or they just haven't announced it.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right, well, let's see. I mean, we don't really. I want to talk about the results from last week. What I am looking forward to personally is they announced that Tony Schiavone and Chris Jericho are going to be doing the commentary for Dynamite that's coming up in a couple days. So that's exciting. I know that should be add another element to the show that we don't generally see. Brian, did you happen to catch that Hangman Page where he did the intro? Where it was like Dynamite, when it was like Hangman stays at home, or stays the fuck at home, right?
Yep, stay at home.
I think so. I think he's probably the one out of all of this that's been like even with like BTE from a couple weeks ago, where he was just with the phone gimmick and him like ignoring the calls. I feel like, and him doing the fucking buckshot lariat in his living room to pillows. Like, I just, out of everything that's been going on, he's the one that Hangman Page is the one that I love watching. Kind of, I don't know, like how he's just living throughout this whole situation.
Living through COVID.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah. But
it's like a lot of us becoming stay-at-home alcoholics because we're not essential.
Yeah. But MJ.
Yeah.
Hey, bud.
Yeah.
Hey, bud.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about?
What do I want to talk about? Let's talk about this. This is a thought I had the other day.
Yeah.
What if at one of these tapings it's going to be Matt Hardy versus Chris Jericho?
At one of the empty arena shows?
Well, I mean, how many weeks did you say, Kyle?
Like they said through May, so up to 12 weeks.
That's so much content. How the fuck did they already do that?
And Matt hasn't had a match yet, right?
No.
Nope.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
I wonder if he's gonna have a match or if his first match is gonna be blood and guts.
I don't know. Did they already announce a new date for Blood and Guts, or they just postponed it?
Postponed it.
Okay.
They put it off.
They put it off.
They're still
at least that was only one show they had to postpone, you know.
Yeah.
That they had to not go with. Well, 2 actually, right? Yeah, 2,
well, they postponed
because they announced Matt Hardy the first empty arena show before Blood and Guts was supposed to take place.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be interesting when it rolls around time for Double or Nothing if things haven't changed by then.
Yeah.
So therefore, yeah.
I personally don't see Double or Nothing happening. I don't think we'll see another pay-per-view till good looking on the just trying to be positive. I'm saying All Out will be the next one.
Yeah.
When is that? The end of summer?
Around in August, September.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shit.
I don't know. Hey, they could run it and still be empty, man. You don't know.
I doubt that they do that.
Yeah, I don't think they would either. I mean, WWE doing WrestleMania is different just because
they were going to do Blood and Guts. They were going to do Blood and Guts without the crowd until they told them they couldn't.
But I feel like they did that just because
Blood
also
and
they
Guts
wanted...
isn't a pay-per-view. It's just a
special.
Well,
even I'm just saying just a match, you know. I feel like someone told them that they couldn't do it because they were trying to go on with it. They were going on with it, and then the next week they're like, "Hey, we can't do it before the show starts." So I feel like someone told them they couldn't.
See, the way I interpreted that was, I mean, and I could be way off, but I just figured that they didn't do it just because of all of the like confusion and no one really knew at the time what was going to be going on. Like I think when they canceled it, that was before the whole like stay at home thing that a lot of the states are now doing. This was still like in the time when like, they stopped taping shows. I know that, but I think they were like in a middle ground where they weren't really quite sure what to do. Whereas WWE, they said, nah, fuck it. We're gonna just make it 2 nights and we're gonna tape it. Whereas AEW kind of put the brakes on and they were like, you know what? We're not gonna really. We'll continue doing shows, but I don't think we should put on a big show like this, especially something Blood and Guts. Like, there's gonna be blood. There's gonna be all this shit. And like, there's like a pandemic going on right now, so it's probably not the best time to be like.
Well, that's all I'm saying too. It's just a match, right? Just a match, not an event. You know.
Right.
Did y'all hear about how WWE is pretty much ignoring the Florida stay-at-home order? Apparently, like this week's shows are taped, but like I think after next week, they're still planning on doing shows at the Performance Center, despite being told that they couldn't.
How does that work?
I don't know.
New Japan's closing definitely. So.
Are they really?
Yeah, until I don't think.
Yeah, I heard Wrestle
definitely
is canceled.
Yeah, Wrestle Dynasty is going to be nicked.
Oh fuck! And what about all the Joshi shows and stuff?
All canceled.
Yep. All canceled. Wow.
The only thing that is the only Eastern promotion that is really running with crowds is Noah, but I'm hearing that they're about to shut down soon too.
Okay. And I mean, in the States, as far as I'm aware, there's no indies running. I mean, SHW, they were supposed to run and they canceled. I mean,
Stardom had a actual crowd, and then someone had posted that they had coronavirus going to that event, so they quit doing their shows.
Jesus, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you guys. I don't see anything, in my opinion, happening until after June at the earliest.
Yeah.
And what's crazy too is, I know this is an AEW, but did you guys happen to see WWE is still promoting Money in the Bank?
I think they're going to go through with it. I really think they are. They promoted it on WrestleMania, so I really think they are going to go through with it. So or they already have it taped.
Dude, I'll tell you though.
Think about that.
I finally got around to watching WrestleMania. That Boneyard match, I fucking loved it.
Now wait a minute. Was Raw taped last night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, dude, I fucking love the Boneyard match.
Let's not talk about these things on here.
Well, I mean,
Let's
technically, Jeremy Borash had a lot to do with it. Jeremy Borash, although he had nothing to do with AEW, he has ties to obviously.
He pretty much helped create Broken Matt Hardy.
Right.
Yep.
Right. And I love I love the fans that are saying that watched WrestleMania that are like, oh, did you see they're copying what's it called? They were like saying that Matt Hardy is like copying that like WWE and all this stuff that they're. I'm like, no, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, TNA did this like a while back. Like, you guys are nuts. But
they use all movies and stuff.
Yeah,
but yeah. I really enjoyed it, but yeah, I guess we won't talk about WrestleMania. There is one thing from WWE I do recommend people if you want something to watch that's really good, watch the Edge 24/7 documentary. It's really good.
I thought about to plug the match.
It is really good. I watched that last night after.
Me too.
Yeah, and it was
so good. I love that he said that he didn't even think about possibly coming back until after he wiped out on a bicycle and realized his neck didn't hurt and was like, you know what? Maybe I can do this.
Okay, how about this? Would you guys be pissed if AEW did something like that, like the Fiend and Cena match? Would you be pissed,
dude? No. If done right, no. But like, I don't know. I'm so conflicted on that match because it really wasn't a match.
Don't call it a match.
It wasn't a match. I don't know what it was, but it was entertaining.
What was wrong? What happened is that everyone expected it to be like.
You have to give them credit though. That shit was genius. If you go back and look, he literally goes through all of John Cena's biggest disappointments and his fears.
Okay, but that's something that belongs on a Raw or a SmackDown, man. Not a WrestleMania.
It was hilarious. I loved that shit. It was so freaking funny.
How about this?
There were so many good jokes. You're a Jay White fan.
I downsided it. I downsided it when I saw a fucking NWO sign. That has nothing to do with whatever was going on with them. So
all that was John Cena's fear of going heel.
Right.
If he had ever turned heel, that's all it was trying to show.
So you use a company he's never been. Both of them have never been in. What does that make? What
no, but the whole thing it was poking at fucking Hogan turning heel and stuff.
Yeah.
And him being like the ultimate babyface and turning heel. And NWO is, I mean, they're like one of the biggest heel groups in wrestling ever. I don't know. I don't see the.
I just want to watch something with only 3 moves in it. That's my thing.
I understand. One of the other things. Okay, so the Edge and Orton match. There was a spot that they probably shouldn't have done.
Oh, here we go.
Did y'all watch that?
Oh yeah.
Who cares, man?
Yep.
It happened in 2007, dude. Come on.
Dude, Orton hung Edge by like weights, and I was like, that's how Chris Benoit killed himself.
Yeah.
What are they doing?
And if that was a quick match, it wouldn't have worked because everyone's been waiting for it. It was good. I'm gonna say it's a good match. 36-minute match.
It went on way too long.
It was a little long. Bryan, what do you think of that match?
It was longer than it needed to be. It could have been like 20 to 25 minutes and been fine.
Yeah,
exactly. Somebody, I think it was Sean Ross Sapp, tweeted that he wants somebody to make an 18 to 20 minute cut of that match, and he thinks it would be genius.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, I've got time on my hands. There we go.
Yeah. All right. So as far as like back to AEW stuff. So tomorrow on Dynamite, we got Cody and Sean Spears opening the show. Brody Lee's gonna be in action. Lance Archer's gonna have a match, most likely probably a squash match. Kenny Omega and Michael Nakazawa versus Best Friends.
Wow.
That'll be fun. And then Sheeta and Britt Baker.
Ooh, okay.
That'll
Finally,
be fun.
there we go.
So, like, okay, we'll let's hear it from everybody. I'll start with me. Who do y'all have winning the TNT tournament? I'm gonna say Darby.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm gonna say it's gonna be. Well, actually, I don't have the bracket in front of me, but I believe I want to say it's gonna be Darby and Archer. Are they on opposite sides? They are on opposite sides. Yeah.
That's who I've got. I've got Darby and Archer as the final with Darby going over.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you.
I got Cody, man. Either Cody or Dustin or Archer. Those are my three right there. Cody, Dustin, or Archer.
What about you, Brian?
I'm gonna be another oddball out. Like I said, I think this is leading into Archer versus Cody, and that's gonna be the finals. So I think I want to say that Archer's gonna end up with it, and it's gonna be another shortfall of Cody in his illustrious career, full of shortfalls.
Yeah, so I could see that happening, but I feel like they're building up Cody and Archer to be something bigger than this. That it's going to be its own
agreed
single feud.
Okay, now do you think this is a good championship?
Like the name of it?
Just it.
I mean, yeah, having a secondary belt is definitely necessary. I think.
Yeah, everybody's been asking for it forever.
I mean, but is this? It just seems so sudden, you know. They're starting the trio. We all thought there was trio championships coming, but
trio aren't coming until Jericho Cruise. They're having a tournament on the Jericho Cruise.
Really?
Yeah, they announced it last year.
No shit, really?
They announced it at this one, yeah.
Oh, wow,
yeah, I remember Kenny did announce that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's exciting.
Okay, now we can go to the name. Do you guys like the name of it?
I feel like it would have been better to have Dynamite Championship because, I'm not saying it's going to happen and it probably won't, but what if they were to leave TNT?
Right.
It would just be weird having a TNT Championship on Fox or something.
Right. And that's kind of my that was my hesitation with the name of it too. But then obviously the first correlation I think of is the TV station. But then I was like, wait a second. The show is called Dynamite. The title of the song, I know that's a small detail. Excuse me. The title song is called Light the Fuse. So there's obviously like all these like bomb explosion references. So TNT Championship. In that scope, it makes sense, but yeah, I'm with you. If they change networks or whatever,
once you see the symbol on the bracket, it's TNT Championship.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I wish they would have changed that, or just not made it like it's. I don't know. I wish it would have been something else other than the actual TNT logo. But
I mean, that just gives away that TNT wants them for a long time, though. You know?
Yeah. No, that's a good point.
Well, right now they got them for another 4 years with a possible fifth year extension.
And we still have the other show to think about too, which they announced. Which did they say is that going to be on TNT? Did they even get that far?
They haven't said it. Everybody's been very secretive about it. I don't think it's going to be on TNT. I think it might be on like TBS maybe, or something like that. But or it could be on TNT. Who knows? But
yeah, right.
I think from what Tony's talked about it, he's kind of let stuff slip here and there. It's pretty much going to be a show for younger talent that doesn't get on Dynamite or Dark.
Okay. All right. I mean, I have no problem with that at all. That sounds fun.
It's going to be like their version of what NXT used to be.
Okay. So
man.
You have a problem with that, MJ?
That's either good or bad. I don't want to see nobody run no fucking courses. I don't want it.
Not that.
I don't want.
No, not like old NXT.
Actual wrestling show. This isn't AEW tough enough.
Hey, dude, you don't fucking know, man. You don't know that. What if they start running that? Start running BTE and start running like their own little tough enough spoof or something.
Oh God!
Carrying kegs around the ring on the tennis court.
Yeah.
Have the finalists have big titties.
Hey, on BTE, how is everybody loving Colt Cabana fucking with Kenny every week?
It's so good. It's so good.
And you can tell that signing's been in the making because ever since he started, he blended so good with everyone. There's not one person he does not have chemistry with.
No.
I love that little Road 2 talking about him signing where they were basically just like, there is no reason why you shouldn't be here. And he was kind of like, yeah, you're right.
That's a really good point. I mean, he's been doing the thing on the indies, so why not take a shot at it? All of his friends fucking work there anyway. But
it's great.
But I don't know. I mean, how else? So, all right, we're in the midst of all this shit. I want to ask you, Bryan. I mean, what's your mindset on this? Like, do you think AEW is doing the right thing by continuing on with these shows, or what?
Yeah. We kind of already touched on that. Yeah, if the talent is wanting to do them, if they're okay with coming in and filming, then why not? Have some episodes recorded. They're just trying to protect themselves as a company at that point. Now, if it becomes an issue, health hazard wise, if everybody's no, I'm good, I don't really think that we should be doing this. Yeah, I agree with them.
Right.
Nobody in the industry should be being forced to put on shows right now. It should be completely up to their personal discretion whether they say that they feel safe or not. And the company should just work around that for now.
Yeah.
No, that's a good point.
I agree with Bryan. More like the fact that they've taped so many weeks ahead of time. I'm okay with the fact that they taped so many shows and now they're taking a break and everything.
Yeah. I don't know. It's definitely a weird time, but I mean, again, we already talked about it. I don't want to beat it to death, but I am for me personally, I'm just excited that we get to talk about something else other than all the negative stuff that's been going on in the world.
Yeah.
So
it's just going to be interesting because the first thing they're going to have to focus on when they come back to the real world, pretty much, is blood and guts, right?
So everything they had going ahead probably has to be pushed back.
Yeah. The only thing that I'm kind of wondering about, they said the TNT Championship Finals is taking place at Double or Nothing. What if Double or Nothing?
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Maybe Double or Nothing's going to be taped.
I wonder if they've already taped. But personally, I think they've already taped the whole TNT Championship tournament. I think it's
now. Wait a minute. Did they say they taped 12 weeks of Dynamite?
Is that what
they said?
Heard.
Okay.
We have Dynamite through May right now.
But what does that exactly mean? They just have the matches?
12 weeks through May.
They have everything taped for Dynamite. Like they have enough tape to have Dynamite through May right now.
That just seems like so much content that they shot in such a short
they
amount of
apparently
time.
stayed a couple of days there at the gym and just did it. Apparently, I'm wondering how long Jericho does commentary, because there's been reports that he did commentary for like over 8 hours and was completely fine.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I mean the fucker put in the work.
Jeez.
I got a question for y'all.
Yeah.
So, it's pretty much no secret that the revival is coming to AEW as soon as everything's up. So I can't remember if it's Scott Dawson or Dash. One of them, their contract is either already up or it's up like here in like a week or so. Do you think AEW is gonna instantly sign them, or do you think that they're gonna wait until they're both available and sign them both at the same time? And like say it's I believe it's Dash that's either free now or is about to be free. Do you think that they'll sign them and then have them as a singles wrestler until Scott becomes free, or they'll wait till they're both and debut them both
Well,
as a team.
I think, and this is just a hunch, there is a certain AEW wrestler right now that's looking for a tag team partner. So if you wanted to do that, you can plug it. You can plug. What did we say? It was Dash. It's free first, and then Dawson is.
I think it's Dash.
Yeah, I think so too. So yeah, maybe have Dash team up with Sean Spears for the time being, and then maybe when Dawson is free, then you split them up, or I don't know, or maybe put them all together with Tully, and then there you go. You have the fucking like a new version of I know people say that like anytime there's been comparisons to like a new Horseman type stable, it's always been the Revival that's been like the names that are thrown out there. So you get them, you get Sean Spears, and you have Tully as a fucking manager. That's a great crew right there. I mean, you wouldn't call them the Horsemen or anything, obviously, but yeah, I'd be stoked about that. But that's my take. What about you guys?
Bryan?
I personally, I would hang on to them and debut them together.
Okay. And
here goes my answer, Kyle, and you better get fucking ready for this, homeboy. Listen, I have a really big gripe with AEW right now. They're basing too much of the shit off of WWE. It just seems it's like WCW all over again. Whoever leaves WWE, they're indefinitely coming to AEW. Every time anyone say it, AEW tries to make us feel like they're not going to come, but then they end up coming.
It's only certain people, though. It's not everybody. It's like
everyone expects goes. You know,
it's people that everybody knew had already hinted that they were going to AEW. And now, if you get someone from WWE that like no one really cares or knows about, and then AEW signed them, then maybe you would have a point. But
my point is that everyone wants to say that they're not trying to battle NXT or WWE, but I distinctly remember Cody smashing a chair, and nothing came after that of him doing anything to attack him after that. So I don't know why he did that.
Well, he did that because Triple H called him a pissant company at the Hall of Fame.
So you're gonna do this at your next pay-per-view, and not like what? I don't understand. All I'm just saying is that these WWE references.
The Hall of Fame was
too much. There's too much.
Was in May.
I'll give it to you, like with the whole with Brody Lee, and I mean,
yes,
obviously
I was about to reference that.
Those are like clear shots at Vince.
And that's not. I don't think that's cool.
That's Brody Lee's thing, though.
I want to see their content, not feed off of someone else's. That's me.
I see the Brody Lee shots are all Brody Lee. He said on the podcast that his promo was entirely him. He asked them what they wanted him to say, and they said, "You say what you want. It's your promo."
Well, that's when liberties come in effect. You know, that's when.
I mean,
you can say whatever you want. Then
you also have to understand that this guy done spent like. He was pretty much in like a prison for years.
Yeah.
And, you know, he probably has a lot of he probably has some things he wants to get off his chest.
Yeah, but if I spent some time in prison, when I get out, I kind of don't want to think about prison, you know?
That's a good point.
Maybe.
And he had some time after, you know? You know what I'm saying? And he was spending his time taking pictures of people, being on Sammy's vlog. He ain't saying nothing bad about WWE. But once he has, you know, another company to filter through, not saying he's a bad guy for doing it, you know? You got to do what you got to do. If you feel the certain way you got to feel, you got to put it out there. You got to outlet.
Well, he was also, whenever he was on Sammy's vlog, he was under a 90-day no-compete clause. He probably couldn't say anything.
Probably. And actually, I'm terrible. I still haven't listened to him on Talk Is Jericho yet.
Oh, so. You need to. It's really, really good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all
he has a hilarious Vince story about whenever he had the idea for the Bludgeon Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
It's hilarious.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he like talked about how Vince called him to the office because he wanted to see what their outfits were. He wanted to see what they look like, and because Vince had the idea for it, and so he called him in there, and Brody Lee walked in there. And Vince was getting a massage at the time. He got up, looked, and said, "Yeah, I like it. It looks good." And he goes, "Do you want to see? Eric Rowan's?" And he said, "Nah." and he just went back down and finished his massage.
Oh my god. Yeah, that would.
I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah, right. that would
that
irritate
shit.
me too. Right.
He also said there was this one really this one's like I was like wow, like no wonder he has a lot of bad things to say. He really didn't like say like bad things about the company or Vince. He didn't bury him like Mox did in his talk as Jericho, but he said that at one point he said that whenever he was getting ready to come back, he had like ideas he wanted to talk to Vince about, and he actually flew to where Vince was, and he waited outside of his office because he was in a meeting. He said he waited for almost 2 hours. Everybody came out of the meeting, and he goes to walk in, and someone stopped him and said Vince doesn't want to see anybody.
Jeez. That's terrible.
And he said that was kind of the turning point where he was like, all right, I won't fucking out.
Right. Yeah, I don't blame him. I don't blame him. We definitely don't blame him if that's the case. But
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. It's a really weird time for wrestling, but I'm just glad that we at least get to talk about wrestling. But I guess we'll start wrapping things up now. I guess any final thoughts that well, I'll go to you, Kat, first. Any final thoughts that you want to get out there for going into this week of AEW action?
No, not really anything I need to cover. Just looking forward to another good week of pre-taped shows with no fans. We've been saying the whole show. It's weird times right now. Everybody can agree. It's really weird right now.
Oh yeah. And how about you, Kyle?
Pretty much the same thing Bryan was saying. It's a really weird time in the world. Like this is absolutely fucking crazy. I'm 29 and I've never seen anything like this before. I don't know if it's ever been like this before.
I don't think it has either. I don't think so. No.
I've been hearing since World War II has been since things have closed down.
Yeah, like I've never seen like fucking curfews or only certain people being able to be out, and you have to show that you're supposed to be out and shit like that. It's absolutely fucking insane. And just seeing everybody walk around with masks too, man.
Yeah, that's what fucks me up.
Yeah, I'm like, wow. It's something that's pretty funny. So before last week's Dynamite, y'all saw Orange Cassidy in the crowd with a blank sign in the middle.
Yeah.
So the week before that on Reddit, someone posted on Squared Circle and said AEW should put Orange Cassidy in the middle of the crowd with a sign, and then they did it.
That's awesome. It definitely seems like they're very in tune with their audience.
I'm fairly certain quite a few of them are Reddit lurkers and grab some ideas if they like them.
Right.
But yeah, it's weird, but I mean, I'm glad that they're taping shows and we at least have that entertainment to look forward to every week.
Me too.
You got to at least try to. You have to find a way to keep some kind of normal-ish aspects to your life each week.
No, that's right. No, it's definitely a good point. And this is something that for us, for us wrestling enthusiasts, at least again, this is just something for us to kind of keep our minds off of things. So, and even when it's not all that great, even the stuff that for example, I don't know if there were anything on WrestleMania that happened this weekend that you didn't like. Shut the fuck up. For as much stuff that's going on right now, at least we can appreciate the fact that they're still going out there and trying to entertain us. So thank you to them. Yeah. Thank you to AEW. And everyone else, and again, thank you, Kyle, for being an essential worker and for going in. And Bryan, you're also working right now too, aren't you?
Some days. It just depends on what days we can get out there and do work right now.
Right. Well, again, thank you also. I am not essential, so I'm one of these schmucks that's just sitting at home and just kind of, just trying to pass the time. But
waiting it out. Yep. See what happens.
But MJ, how about you, bud? Any final thoughts you want to get out there before we get out of here?
My final thoughts are, I can't wait until this all gets lifted because wrestling is going to be fucking booming. people are gonna sell out tickets. You think before those Dynamite tickets every week, everyone's like, oh, people aren't buying these seats. They're gonna be fucking filled now, because a lot of people got to miss out on shows, and a lot of people can be like, man, I got to go to a show now because fuck, I'm watching these without a crowd. I haven't been to one yet. Imagine what it'd be like if I went there.
That's right.
So that's what I'm saying. I can't wait for wrestling to come back with the crowds, because everyone's gonna be booming there.
That's how I feel about it too. One of the once this is all over, I absolutely cannot fucking wait for the first SHW show.
Yeah,
it's gonna be insane.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's been all cooped up, and I think, I mean, it's just even outside of the whole wrestling landscape. I think everyone, like baseball fans, hockey. Well, I don't think hockey's gonna be going on anymore, but I mean, all the other sports that are gonna be hopefully, starting to run as scheduled. I mean, I feel like everyone is just kind of waiting to get outside and go see their loved ones, their friends, all the people that we've been kind of separated from. So yeah, I mean, once this is all lifted, it's gonna be crazy. And not to mention too, you kind of touched on it, like wrestling right now is the only thing that's going on. Or I'm sorry, MJ touched on it.
UFC, man. UFC also.
UFC, that's right. By the way, did you guys hear about the whole thing with them? Dana White's buying an island so that he can fly fighters.
He already has the island.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He's doing what now?
So Dana White bought an island, like a private island. And he's going to be holding fights there. So he's going to be flying fighters in and out. Apparently it's every week. He's going to be having fights every week. And he's going to be flying them to this private island to put on these fights.
He's going to put out like the pay-per-views and fight nights, and yeah.
It's crazy.
What a way to find a way around this.
It's Mortal Kombat. It's Mortal Kombat.
It really is. You're right.
Dana White is Shang Tsung, dude. He is. That's what
Holy
it is.
Shit.
Oh boy.
Genius idea though.
Yeah. But
holy shit.
All right, well, let's wrap this up, guys. Thank you so much for getting on the line, and hopefully, I know again our schedule's been a little fucked up, but we'll get back onto it, and we'll get recording at a regularly scheduled time as soon as we kind of, all of our schedules are kind of all over the. Well, mine's pretty open right now, but I know all of our schedules are kind of shooting all over the place, so we'll get these out once things kind of slow down, but.
My next off day is Saturday.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Dang, man. But for actually, MJ, I'll let you take us out because it's been a while since you've taken our show out. So please, I will let you do the honors, however you want, whatever you want to talk about.
Listen to Marked Out Podcast. Join the AEW group at AEW Discussion. Breathe in my vessel, for I am broken MJ. Good night.
Goodbye. And good night, bed.
I'll catch you on the flip side.
Marked Out Podcast is produced and edited by U-Record Studios from Charlotte, North Carolina. Subscribe, follow, and listen to us live on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Download the podcast by following us at podbean.com or subscribe on iTunes and Apple Podcasts. While you're there, go ahead and give us an honest and fair review and rating. Finally, if you have enjoyed our product and would like to see us grow, please donate to us by visiting the donation link below our live video, or you can donate via Venmo and Cash App at the handle RavePro. That's RAVEPRO.
You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows, visit electronicmediacollective.com.